Hello everyone, I'm Miss Wonderland and you look beautiful today. Welcome back to the Stanley Parable. I'm still rolling from the last recording. Let's do this again. And let's see what else we can do here. So excited for that.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So super excited for
Stanley
that.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Like I think there's 7 endings. Let's see if we can do all of them.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I will follow this time what he says. So let's do this. Let's follow him. And see what ending he has
there was
planned.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping him coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's see what he has for us. Oh, fancy. Ooh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Ooh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh. Let's go, let's go. Oh, we can go down. Oh, that's the only way. Okay. I thought I discovered another secret. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Don't know.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But escape. But okay, this time this does. And next time we go to escape. Yeah. That's what we do. Ooh.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm kind of amazed. Ooh.
Now the monitors jumped.
Oh, not a button.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them,
oh my
eternally
God,
monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
oh my God. That's so horrible. Fired. Who's fired? Oh my God. What's going
This
on?
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Yeah, for real.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Don't know.
No. He refused
Let's find
to
it
believe
out.
it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
No.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even
Never.
possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof.
Don't know.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Ooh.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, where do I have to go for that? Where exactly do I have to be for that? Oh, right there. Sorry. Mind controls.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What if I press that button? No, we wanted to do what he wants to. Oh god. It's so hard for me to follow directions. Holy shit.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Maybe.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
Ooh.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been?
Yeah, for real,
freed
so I
from
want to know the
machine?
other endings.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
No.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let
Happiness.
go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to
Let's
do,
go.
or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And
Oh,
was
that's
all he
beautiful.
needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
No, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. No.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I will run through it again
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
and go to
seen
this
the
gate
memo.
in this episode. In the next episode, then.
When Stanley came
I
to
don't
a set
know what
of
we
two
do then.
open doors,
So
he entered
excited.
The door on his left.
He did. Awesome.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
No.
decided to go up to his boss's
Weird.
office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Yes.
boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he
I'm sorry!
moments with some calming new age music.
What? Okay.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright. Oh my god. I love this game. I really do. It's so cool. It's so cool. So what do we want to do? Do you want to push the button? Or do we want to go to the escape thing?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nah.
The door behind him was
Don't believe you.
shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. Yes. Geronimo!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his
I know
death
the
was
real
a
story.
great loss, like plucking
We
the
all
eyes
do
from a
now.
blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh god.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I killed him again. What? 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 Wait, what?
And yet it would be just a few
Wait,
minutes before
what?
Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? What are you talking about? Credits? Great job. I love this game. But what is going on? Oh my god, behind the scenes. Warzone? What? I'm so confused. My.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
The narrator and I? One more time.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and make your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
No. Well, awesome. Died again. Alright, so these were 2 other endings from the Stanley Parable. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Take care of yourself.